That's right. Welcome to the internet's most secret YouTube channel, the last panel. It's great to be here, but today we happen to be talking about some remakes. But joining me today, to my right, is none other than Bob Loves Movies. How's it going, Bob?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain. Maybe I can complain. I went to see Disclosure Day last night, and I thought that sucked.
That sucks. I want that to be good. The first teaser that they sent out seemed kind of interesting.
Yeah, the trailers were good. This was really moving up my list of anticipated movies. But to be fair, there were some people that clapped in my theater, so maybe this is going to be one of those that's going to have like a split audience where you're going to have those that are going to love it and those that are going to hate it. I was on the side that I just really was disappointed in it, but I mean, I gave it a fair shot.
I'm still going to see it, but at least my expectations are low now. So who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious to know what you think after you see it.
Yeah, we'll see. But joining us just under Bob is none other than Warren. How's it going, Warren? It's Lunchbox Comics.
It's going good. I got to see Masters of the Universe, and I have to say, it doesn't deserve a tenth of the hate that it's getting. The only thing I saw wrong with that movie was the badly planned, badly timed jokes, and some of the jokes were lame. But aside from that, though,
it's He-Man. What do people expect?
Well, no, it's
kind of the tradition.
There doesn't need
No. I'm saying the hatred on it. The hatred.
Oh yeah, the hatred. I have no idea.
It's He-Man. Do people not remember the original He-Man?
Yeah, it was right from the old cartoon. It was great. Loved it, and I'm glad I watched it. And from what I've been seeing on Twitter, there's a lot of people who are all like, I expected to hate this movie and loved it. The haters are very few and far between, and they're usually people who sell hate. So it's like,
you also got to remember, it didn't make $700 million in the first day, so it's obviously a horrible movie.
It's a flop.
It's a flop.
I see it getting a sequel, honestly.
It's a flop.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it too. I thought it was pretty good.
Sweet.
I went the other route that weekend. I went and saw Scary Movie, whatever number we're on now. The reboot, which I don't think it counts as a remake, but they're trying to reboot the thing. I kind of wish I went and saw your movie instead, but rounding out this quattro of people. I don't know. It's Labs comic fan. How's it going, sir?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Great. It's another beautiful day on Earth, and we're just here riding along, waiting to be disclosed about Day. That's
You're
how
waiting to be disclosed.
Disclosure Day.
Well, I understand where you were going with that. I'm just wondering if that subliminally wasn't something that you're putting out there that, perhaps it's hard for you to be kind of honest with your opinions, to truly let it out. And
you're right.
It's like a tool to help you with your disclosure, sir.
Oh no, no, you don't.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking it's about that time.
But that's one thing I exude is dishonesty. It comes out of me so much.
I think there's a way that you could be more honest. Is all I'm saying. I think there's a scientific way that we could do this.
God damn
it. So Lapsed. All I'm going to ask you to do is just, kind of clear your head. I'm going to give you a list of names. You just tell me where you'd rank it 1 through 5 without knowing what's coming next.
What is? Is it just like actors, or is people I like?
It's just going to be your favorite remake. So we're talking about the remake version.
Okay.
But just rank it 1 through 5. 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
Okay.
Okay. Point Break.
Ooh, no.
No.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Red Dawn.
Let's see. 3. Give it
3. The
Yeah.
remake of Red Dawn. Okay.
I
The
get all
Wicker
that.
Man. We're talking
Oh.
Nick Cage version, man.
Oh, number one by far. If you're talking about the Nicolas Cage version, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, the bees.
Oh, number one.
We're talking about
he
bees. Here.
punches a woman and he's in a bear costume, people.
Indeed.
Number
Okay.
one.
Planet of the Apes, 2001.
This is number 5 for me because it would
Number
even with the
5.
horribleness, right? If he would have banged that ape, that would have been god tier movies.
Huh. Well, I mean, you've already done 1, 3, 4, and 5. So your number 2 is Jack and Jill from 2011.
Of course, it's like my favorite movie of all time. You could tell.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. You are a fan, so yeah, you do mention it quite often. But scientifically, I think this makes sense.
Glenn or Glenda is a better movie, but
well, I mean,
but
come on, it's got Bela Lugosi in it. It's an Ed Wood movie.
I mean, it holds the spirit of.
No,
it doesn't. You see what he does to me? He gives me all the worst shit. That's what he does.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just thank you for
I don't know,
participating in science.
Jack and Jill, some people would consider that the Jackie Brown of remakes.
Some people would. I have definitely heard that before. You know, as long as we're riding this train, let's get some more disclosure out of the rest of the panel as well.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
If I could ask you, please, without knowing what's coming next, just rank your favorite remake, if you would. All right. Wild Wild West.
I'm going to give that a 3.
3. Okay. All right. Godzilla 1998. The Matthew Broderick one.
Let's go with a 5.
It's a lot of fish.
5. Hank Azaria, though. He was a cameraman. Dukes of Hazzard, 2005. Okay.
I'm going to give that a 2 just because of Jessica Simpson.
2. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Johnny Knoxville, I believe. Okay. I know you like to cut a rug. What about Footloose? 1.
Well,
okay.
That's going to be lower. Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Well, that does mean your number 1 remake and favorite one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, starring Johnny Depp.
To be fair, I don't hate that movie the way a lot of people do. I don't think it's necessarily a good movie, but I think it gets a lot more hate than what it deserves. So,
see, that's the thing about this science. It shows you what you weren't willing to necessarily say out loud. But thank you, Bob. I really do appreciate that.
This is called entrapment.
There's no entrapment about this. You guys are willing participants. But speaking of willing participants, the most willing is Warren, of course. How's it going, sir? All right, sir. So without knowing what's coming next, I'm just going to ask you to rank which remake is your favorite. First one, War of the Worlds from 2005 with Tom Cruise.
4.
4. Okay. And then next we've got Mission Impossible from 1996 with Tom Cruise.
See this thing here?
This is 2.
2. Okay. Vanilla Sky from 2001 starring Tom Cruise.
5.
5. Okay. And then 2017's The Mummy starring Tom Cruise.
Oh. Have I used 3 yet?
You have not.
All right, 3.
3. Meaning your favorite remake is Jack Reacher. Huh.
Well, actually, it is because that's the one on the right's the newer one, so this works.
Fair enough. That is a technicality in this. Reacher is the remake.
You got lucky on that one, Warren.
I know. This actually works out quite well.
Well, you see, it's all science. I don't know what Laps is complaining about. I think we have learned a lot. And thank you.
Takes shits bigger than Tom Cruise, so that works out perfectly for that role.
Actually, that might be a problem. You might want to get that checked out.
Could be a huge problem. Well, hell yeah. Thank you for participating with this. Lapsed, you have this question that you've asked us usually, but
Mhm.
you've asked us to kind of express the first time that we've kind of come into contact with whatever the topic is.
Mhm.
What's the first remake that you remember watching, sir?
Um, that's hard. Uh,
I know.
shit. Um, I don't know. I don't know. But I can say this.
Well,
There were
okay.
movies that I watched that I didn't know were remakes, but the first time I was really like understood the concept, like they're remaking a whole bunch of stuff, was in the early like 2000s, when I noticed like movies of old were getting like made for TV remakes, or
Mhm.
like how the Shining, like Stephen King did that because he didn't like the Stanley
The
Kubrick
Kubrick
movie.
one.
So stuff like that, I could say probably, because there's a couple on my list that I don't want to give away. That might be the first time that I ever watched a remake, but I didn't know it was. So
Hmm.
that could possibly be. It'll be when I get to it on my list. I will tell you then, because I just don't want to give out the answer for that one. So, but yes.
Fair enough. Uh, Warren, sir, same question to you. Do you remember the first remake that you ended up realizing was a remake?
It was John Carpenter's The Thing, because
Damn.
I
Yeah.
watched that, and then my dad was like, "Hey, you got real. This is a remake. You should watch the original." And then he made me watch the original, which wasn't nearly as cool as the remake. But yeah, that was the first time I knew like that's the first remake I remember, honestly, because it wasn't really it was. I mean, some remakes they come right out front and say it. Other ones, like I was shocked when I was looking at remakes for this list on some
Mhm.
movies that were determined. Like some of the movies on my list, I didn't even know were remakes, and that they're on my list because I found out they were remake and they're awesome. So it's like,
Yeah.
For sure. Well, hell yeah. Same question to you, Bob. What's the first remake that you realized was a remake that you remember watching?
Well, I saw, like several others on here, I saw movies that were remakes, but just didn't know. Probably it was either Father of the Bride, and the reason I realized that was a remake was because my parents were like, "Oh yeah, they did another Father of the Bride years ago." I was like, "Oh, so this is another one of like a sequel?" No, 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 this is the same film. So it was either that one, which I didn't see in theaters, so I know it was rented. So it was either that one, or it was Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, which was a
Oh,
which again,
I
okay.
didn't even
that
realize
one,
that was a
that one,
remake.
Yeah.
well, I realized that
Oh,
one was a
damn.
remake because I was like, The Incredible Journeys in the title of both of these here. And it's two dogs and a cat
Yeah. Okay.
trying to get home. And then it occurred to me, oh, they just remade the movie, except now it's talking dogs and a cat. Well, or should say a thinking dogs and a cat, because they think
Well,
to each other. But that's kind of when I
I'm an
realized that,
idiot.
yeah, there was this was the same movie.
I just now put that together. I'm familiar with both of those. Did not realize it was a remake. I'm dumb. Fair enough. I just thought they were both original
science that you
animal
just did?
movies.
I agree
Yeah,
with that
no,
science.
live science, man. What can I say? I mean, I admitted to it. Some try to hide it. That's why
Like me.
the blind fives exist. But yeah, dude. Scientific. I'm putting information out there. Well, fair enough. I think the first one that I remember was one of those like old. I want to say it was like those Disney ones. Like I know like Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. All those. I was shown that no, there were older versions of those. That's probably it. But I think I watched the Hammer horror films before that. I just didn't realize like they were kind of remakes of the same thing. I just thought it was a different take on it. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where the line comes down on remake or different studios version of it. But fair enough.
Right. That's rough, dude, because you're talking like there's a major difference between like the Universal Dracula and the Hammer Dracula. But it is basically
sure.
telling the same, like Curse of Dracula is telling the same story tentatively, but it's a lot different. It's so different. But yeah, that's actually, that would be a fun topic to do at some point. Like, what's, the difference? Like, and maybe at the end, maybe we could talk about it a little bit at the end of this. Like, what is considered? Because I'm sure during the realm of this conversation that we're going to have, there's going to be some on there that are like, hey, is that actually
There's going to be some controversy.
No, there's definitely be. They're just born to
yeah.
controversy.
There's going to be
Born to
controversy.
controversy.
Well, I guess then, with no further ado, let's get into the controversy. What do you say?
Yay!
Laps, sir. Would you like to lead us off? What's your number 5 favorite remake?
My number 5 is True Lies. That is a remake of a 1991 French comedy called Les Total.
Okay, but have you ever seen Les Total? I
actually,
also just
yes.
learned this fact yesterday.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Fair
Yeah, I have. I have actually
Oh,
seen
if you haven't seen it, it's not a remake. If you haven't seen the original.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, and it's not like it's the same premise, but it's not the same movie. The other one's much more comedy driven.
There is only one Arnold.
Much more comedy driven. So, like, I think True Lies for me was like such a like major movie. Like, that was one that, I was already out like living on my own, and it was kind of cool that like I got to see the movie. And I think I saw this with because it was 1994, I believe True Lies is, and I think I saw this with my to-be sister-in-law, because I was friends with her before my brother married her, and we would go out to movies and we would go out to shows in Pittsburgh and stuff like that. And that was a movie that we went and saw together. So that was a fun memory. And then when it came out on VHS, we went and we would rent it and stuff and watch it together. And we always thought it was a fun movie. And it's one that I can go back now and still watch and enjoy it just as much, because the banter and the relationship between Curtis and Schwarzenegger holds up. It holds up still. And the action is that of to where it's not so much on screen that it takes you out of the, gets you into the uncanny valley. You could still enjoy the action in that movie and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And I think it's a very good movie, and people should still watch it today.
Well, you mentioned that the original one is much more of a comedy. There's still so much comedic stuff going on in this one.
There is, but it's more okay.
I enjoy a lot of it.
It's more like you know how like when you're watching like a straight comedy movie, you could tell like there's like the jokes per minute is more without as much of a serious tone, where True Lies is funny and it has a lot of funny stuff, but there are serious tones to it. It could be just because it was subtitled that I didn't get the serious tone to the movie. But some of the music and some of the parts that you'll see, like when something's happening, you're like, oh yeah, there's no stakes to this. They're gonna make it out of here. There's fucking slide whistles happening right now while they're getting shot. Like,
you don't know. The horse might not make it to the pool. You never know.
That's true. I don't know. But like some of those things might be lost in translation too. So, but French movies to me like are not ones that I watch a lot of, because I went through like this period where I was downloading, like when Prodigy and what was that, America Online and everything, they would have these like chat rooms that people would put hubs up to their T1s and T4s. Do you guys remember those? Like the servers that people could buy? And people had like tons of VHS rips that they would do. There was a machine that you could use and it would like digitize it into an MPEG. Remember those? MPEGs, dude. Yeah.
I remember.
Like before AVI
MPEGs.
containers were a thing. Oh, these were so terrible. But that's actually how I heard of this movie, and it was subtitled with Windows Movie Maker. So someone just
the best ones are.
put the subtitle, so it was like the black boxes with the white letters on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yep. But good movie nonetheless. Like I still think True Lies is a better movie, but maybe I don't get the whole. I'm fully open to the interpretation that I don't get the whole nuance of the other movie. But yeah.
Fair enough. Good poll. Good choice. I think that's got to be like top 10
exactly.
Tom Arnold performances. I mean, come on, man.
Nightmares and Nerdscapes. Nothing makes you feel older than an MPEG screener on Winamp. No, you're dude. So right, dude. So right. I remember backloading those into my playlist. That took 9 years to load.
And Nightmares and Nerdscapes weighs in with his choice for number 5, A Star Is Born. I dig it. I can see why. It's not my least favorite Bradley Cooper one, but fair enough. All right, let's go kind of diagonally on this one. Bob, what's your number 5 favorite remake movie?
For this one, for this list, I tried to find films that I had a lot of fun watching. So there might actually be remakes that I consider better, but these are probably the ones I've had the most fun watching over the years. And so for me, my number 5 is King Kong, 2005. I love the Peter Jackson film. Mm-hmm. He was hot coming off of the Lord of the Rings at that time, and his name carried a lot of weight. The cast is pretty good in the film. Yeah. This is one of those movies where I didn't hate Jack Black, and so I actually had a good time with this one. In fact, I think Jack Black's hilarious. Every time they keep having a member of their crew get eaten, they're like, "Oh, he would want us to continue making the movie." And
gotta do it for him.
So yeah, but what I like about it is that it's actually a fairly true remake to the spirit and a lot of the scenes of the original 1933 film, and that makes it, I think, well, you could tell he really liked the source material, but he used, modern technology to update a lot of that stuff. And I thought that it was really good. It still had the same sad ending where Kong, dies at the end. And I love Jack Black, quoting that line at the end that it was beauty who killed the beast. I thought that it was great. So Kong 2005 for me is my number 5.
But how do you feel about the ice skating scene?
Okay, yeah, that one was a little rough because he's sitting there sliding around on the pond.
Do you have that amount of control of your ass? That is,
well, he does apparently.
That is muscle control beyond human,
yes.
escape right there.
Yes, but I think overall it's a fun movie.
Yeah, no, it is.
In proportion to man, ape is more muscular. I'm just saying. I don't know the gluteal strength, but have you ever pulled on one of those ropes at like the zoo where you can? Anyway,
yes,
good.
I have, and I've never won.
Yeah, same.
Never.
Well, good choice, Bob. That one, it definitely hits unlike a lot of those other remakes. What kind of comes to mind is like Mighty Joe Young, which kind of a competitor with King Kong back in the day. But yeah, that remake doesn't hit the same. It doesn't have a cinematic feel to it.
Yeah.
Good choice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
All right, Warren, sir. What's your number 5 favorite remake?
My number 5 is Dune, the newest version of Dune. I remember watching the older one, and I mean it's not a bad movie by no means, especially at the time period they put it out. But the new version just hits great. There's a lot of really beautiful cinematography in that with like the scene where he's talking with his father and the ships are like coming into the water, and with the sandworm, and pretty good acting. I like the sequel. I'm looking forward to the third one.
I wish I liked Dune. I wish I liked it because I want. No, I'm just being honest. Like my brother's like, you got to see it, and I watched it, and it's like, okay, it looks amazing though.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful movie, man.
It does seem to drag sometimes though, a little bit. Like everyone's taking Prozac or something, sometimes. But there's it was very beautifully filmed, and the special effects are really, really, really good in it.
Really good, man.
Yeah,
really good. To be honest, like I wish. I don't know. Like, there's something about it, and I didn't watch the second one, and I need to. Maybe I will appreciate.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Does it?
Okay, well then, it did that for me.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll
Yeah, the
watch
second one pumps up a lot of stuff, and it does quite a bit more emoting, if you will, from the actors on a lot of ways, and there's a lot more stuff going on, and it's good. It made me more excited for the third one, watching the second.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Dune's
the
one
the
of-
second one's edited a lot faster too. So if you think the first one was slow paced at all, this doesn't have that. He wanted it to be like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon,
it's
and that's
more
kind of
they give you they make it seem like you should already know things before you watch it. That was
yeah. It's
where
a-
I was just like, because I saw it in a theater, the first one, and I was like, what is he talking about? And my brother's just like, shut up.
deep dive into a very immersive
Spice
world.
must flow, Laps.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that's okay because to
There's
me,
nothing
I
wrong
kind
with
of,
that, but
I kind of I enjoyed it kind of like I did Lord of the Rings, where I didn't know everything that was going on, but it drops you into this world where there's so much going on. And to me, it just adds to the scale that, okay, there are all these cultures and everything that got all their history and everything. So while I don't understand everything that's going on with them, it lets me know that this is a kind of a vast thing. So that's the way I kind of looked at it, the same way I did the Lord of the Rings. And Warren, like, Dune is one that I didn't put on my list, but it's one I would consider better than several that I have on my list. It's just I had more fun with the others, but I would definitely consider it better. Those are excellent films.
how
And
dare
I'm
you say
excited
it's
about the
better
third
than
one.
the Sting one? How dare
I think the
I-
sci-fi
walking
miniseries is better
he
than
was
the Sting
walking
one.
through fields of gold.
You can't. I'm just saying, you got to see part 2,
I'll watch
and
part
then
2.
then you
Oh,
can
I definitely
compare it
will.
against Sting. But I think it's a great choice, Warren. I echo a lot of Bob's sentiment. It just barely missed my list, but man, it is one of my, I think, my all-time favorite Chalamet performance. Perhaps the only one that I respect. And man, that box scene, like, there's just so much awesomeness in this one. I wish it had a little bit more of the pacing of the second one, but I think that film is beautiful, and I understand why it's on your list for sure.
Hey,
Well,
notice
I guess
said
that
all nice things about your guys' movies. Yeah, you sure did.
well, good times. I respect them. They are good choices.
Oh, here we go.
So I don't know if you're going to respect my choice, but my
it's
number
controversial.
5 remake comes from 1988. It's a Richard Donner film. It's a remake, but it's unlike a lot of other remakes. It's kind of a modern reinterpretation of it. Usually that can get real cheesy for me. It rarely works, but somehow it does in Scrooged. What can I say? I really like this interpretation of essentially the Christmas Carol. It's different in a way, but man, does it kind of hit for me. I really enjoy this particular one. There is another version, The Muppets Christmas Carol, that just to me, that is the best straightforward interpretation of it. But man, Scrooge just kind of works. It's one of those seasonal movies, but I can watch it anytime, where I don't feel that way for most of the holiday movies. So I don't know. This one, I've watched it way too much. I had it on like this very strange homemade DVD, like a burned DVD of it. I don't know where the rip came from, but I watched it way too much. Yeah, and then I think we had a tape of it when I was a kid. If not, then it was on TV all the time. I watched the hell out of this one. So to me, there's like kind of the pinnacle of modern remakes, and man, this one is really the top of the mountain for me.
It's fantastic.
As far as modern
Great
remakes.
movie.
Oh yeah,
Great movie.
yeah. It's such a great movie.
Dude, when
But
his
man,
boss comes to see him as dude, he's so disgusting. He's so
But
disgusting.
everything about
cool.
it is great.
So cool, man.
Bill Murray's performance, like, he is an asshole, and he
yeah.
only learns so much. Karen Allen, I did not understand Indiana Jones's attraction to her, but I get it in this one. I don't know. It's different. And then Bobcat
I did not
Goldthwait.
understand that attraction in that dress that she wore in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I get it.
I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I liked Temple of Doom is mine. So what can I say? I like the singer type a little bit more. But
Temple. She's
but
ugly, though.
there's some other awesome actors in this. I absolutely love Carol Kane as the ghost of Christmas Present. And the ghost of Christmas Future is just crazy. That I think that definitely scarred me as a child. But yeah, man, I love everything about this movie. It's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, Scrooged is my number 5.
That's a good pick,
Well,
man.
Lapsed, sir.
Mhm.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is probably the first remake that I saw, and it is 1959's Ben-Hur, and
Ooh.
that is a remake of the 1925 film, the Ben-Hur, this was it the Jesus Christ something or the Christ story, something I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies that, like, obviously because of my upbringing, I saw a lot. But it was one of the movies where, unlike the 10 Commandments, where like we would watch that a lot, and it came on those like double cassettes, the big boxes, where there was a lot going on in this movie and a lot of cool things to see. And some of the stunts were unbelievable, man. Like to this day, the chariot scene is still dope as shit. You know what I mean? Like it's still the fact that those dudes were doing that. Like, and probably didn't get paid that much, and
Not
apparently
enough.
apparently that was the thing in Charlton Heston movies because of how famous he was. A lot of like budgets went to his salary and like you could read up on it, like a lot of his older movies. But yeah, like Ben-Hur's one of those ones where, and it was one that if we were watching it, I could stay up late whenever I was young because they were like, "Oh, it's a Jesus movie. You could stay up and watch that." But if we wanted to watch like Terminator or something, like that would be, "Oh, you can go to bed." I'm like, "God damn it, damn you, Judah Ben-Hur," But it's a great movie.
Pull.
It still holds up. It still holds up, in my opinion. Obviously, the special effects that are in certain scenes don't, but the sets in that movie are unreal, man. Because you think of set work, like in today's films that are great, but think of all the work and actual hand craftsmanship that went into those specific sets and filmed in a studio. Incredible, man.
The scale is huge. That's also one of those things that kind of the Dune movies do for me. Nightmares and Nerdscapes also mentioned it, but man, it shows the scale of some of that stuff. It's huge. But yeah, man. So can I ask you, what do you think about the newer remake of Ben-Hur?
So I didn't watch
you a
it.
fan of
I
it?
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to. I don't know. I never saw it.
Oh, you got to see it because you pay. How was it? I have no idea. I didn't see it.
It's not on my list of best remakes ever.
So because I didn't see all of the versions of Ben-Hur, my pick is slighted for some reason. See what he does?
I mean, there's an asterisk on the book.
See what he does. See how he treats me.
See, what he's saying is you might like the new Ben-Hur even better.
There is no way. There is no way. The only way that a Ben-Hur could have gotten better is if the Pharaoh is played by Jack Palance, and you had a Jack Palance, like just an epic stare-off with Charlton Heston and them. How much
Religious
like
movies haven't been the same
curling
since Charlton Heston stopped making them. They have not been the same since.
You gotta have like whose bottom lip can get to their chin fastest, like yeah. But Ben,
okay, Bob, sir, good choice, Laps. Bob, sir, what is your number 4 choice of your favorite remake?
All right, my number 4 is 1996 Ransom.
Ooh,
interesting choice.
Yeah, so Ransom. Let me see. I'm wanting to get the year on it. It's a remake of a 1956 film, and it's got like the same basic plot and whatnot. But of course, because of the newer or updated time, they were able to put more money into or have a bigger budget into the shootouts and stuff like that. But Mel Gibson's performance in that movie, I think, is fantastic. And Gary Sinise as the villain is also incredibly good. The scene, I think, where he goes into the house to collect the reward and the little boy just loses his, loses it and urinates on himself when he hears the voice. And Mel Gibson realizes, oh crap, this guy was really behind it. I think that's just an amazing sequence. The whole movie itself is awesome. And just this whole concept of, taking this ransom and turning it into a reward and having people hunt him down, and it threw the criminals off their game entirely. I just thought that was a great movie. And again, the performances are fantastic. And I already mentioned Mel Gibson and Gary Sinise, but Rene Russo also puts on a pretty good performance as well in the film. So yeah, overall, I really liked this movie.
That's an interesting poll. I guess I didn't realize it was a remake, but
I didn't either until I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh no, that's making my list," because I love that.
Oh, so wait a minute. You didn't see the original?
No.
How dare you, Bob? I'm gonna get hate every time I talk shit on Bob. I get messages of hate. By the way,
how dare you?
Here's the thing. Maybe I did see it. I just didn't realize that's what. Well,
you are Bob Lavis Mavius, so I mean, you probably have seen it. You probably have. You just don't realize you've seen it.
I don't know. I didn't see the new Ben-Hur. So.
Oh.
I don't think anybody did.
It turns out nobody.
No, that's the
problem. But yeah, I gotta recheck out Ransom, man. I remember having a lot of favorable feelings towards it, but it's been years. I need to check that one out again.
Dude, that was
good
like
poll,
during that part of like Mel Gibson where he was like hot, man.
Absolutely.
Going up to the 2000s and
it was like Get Carter came out around close to the same time as Ransom, and there was a bunch of stuff.
He did.
Yeah, he had a nice run there for a while, like you said, all the way into the 2000s.
Yeah, and then what he did, what women want.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, that was early 2000s, but
that's what I'm saying.
We were soldiers
around the time of Apocalypto.
Dude, We Were Soldiers is Apocalypto.
Yeah.
I was in Fort Hood, Texas in the 1st Cavalry when that movie came out, and they actually had Mel Gibson come to the base and talk to some soldiers. We didn't get to talk to him. It was only higher ups that got to talk to him, but that movie was big in the 1st Cavalry when that.
Dude,
that
We Were Soldiers is awesome.
I love that. Great movie.
Because that's like when all those movies like the Thin Red Line and other things were within that 3-year span.
Yeah, it's when it's the Saving Private Ryan genre kicked off, and it was all these war movies.
Yep. And then there was the HBO Band of Brothers, which is fantastic.
And the Pacific, another one's great too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there was
Nightmares and Nerdscapes weighed in, and I don't think we talked about it yet, but his number 4 is 310 to Yuma. Hell of a remake. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but as far as Westerns go, I dig that one. There's a couple other remakes in Westerns that I might put a little bit higher, but respectable choice. As far as cow explosions go, huge. Big fan of it. Warren, sir, what's your number 4?
Well, mine is 310 to Yuma was close to be on my list, but instead the Western that made mine was True Grit.
God damn it.
I believe Coen Brothers.
Good choice.
Steinfeld, Damon, Brolin, Bridges. I mean, just a great movie. I think Haley Steinfeld, she was nominated for an Oscar for that one. That was the first time I've ever seen Haley Steinfeld or whatever her name is. But yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, just an excellent movie. And Jeff Bridges pulling off a role that the Duke did and doing a really great job.
Great job, by the way.
Amazing job in that role. And I even liked Matt Damon's role in it. Everyone in it was just hitting top notch in that movie. I think 310 is close. But that one is one of my favorite little Western remakes.
Yeah, so True Grit was on my honorable mentions. Because like
Same.
so my dad was a huge John Wayne fan, like
Yeah.
huge. And I bought him both of those like silver collection of John Wayne DVDs. So when he passed away, I actually started watching some of them, you know. And True Grit, the whole Rooster Cogburn character, has some really epic lines. But like, if you really look at it, I think it was the stuff surrounding John Wayne. Because like you watch him and he plays just as like the Cowboys. He plays it the same as he always does. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He was like literally made for Westerns. You know what I mean? Like
The
he's
eye patch,
made.
though.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. The eye patch sells it. He's made for Westerns, but man, dude, the Brolin and showing up, you know, as he does through the movie, because you know you have to have the chase first. The creek scene, I think, is so much better in the new one than it was in the original.
Yeah.
Because it's sold, the atmosphere is sold so much more because they had more time to tell that story. So whenever she finally meets up with him, it's like, oh fuck, there was so much tension. You know what I mean? Like what? Like it just, I don't know. And I agree with you. Like I think I might like 3:10 to Yuma better as a movie, but that movie in particular, just because I've seen it so many times, that's like True Grit, the Cowboys, and Rio Grande. Those are ones that I've seen. Rio Bravo, like so many times with my dad, where he didn't really care for the new one, where I did. I was like, oh, let's watch this new one. I heard it's really good. And he was just like, it's not John Wayne. And I'm like, no shit, it's not. John Wayne is dead, okay? It's not any new movies. So, you know, but, man, what a great movie. I know it's going to happen. AI is going to, there's going to be new. I've said this. I think I said this in one of our old TGIT shows. Like, we're this close from, like, a John Wayne and like, Richard Pryor new movie together.
I think it would be a
they're
fun
doing it with Val
comedy.
Kilmer coming up this fall. So
Yeah, that's right.
It's good. It's already happening, and all they have to do is get the permission of the whoever owns the estate to let them do it.
Have you guys seen the it's happening in Japan? They're doing like stage shows of like Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, and stuff. But have you seen what they're doing with it? They're doing like real people mixed with the holograms. Dude, some of these fights, go look them up, dude. They're unbelievable. And I'm like, why can't they make a movie like this? Make this movie the way this looks. Like, dude, they're doing like all the crazy anime moves, and it's like right in front of you. It looks incredible. Go look it up, man. It is unreal, dude. They've done Naruto, Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, what's the one? Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Yeah. Demon Slayer. Dude, unreal looking, man. Unbelievable. And if that's like where they can take movies and stuff, like I wouldn't be as opposed to that maybe for action movies. But like, dude, it looked amazing. Go check it out, man. It's
I don't know,
unreal,
man.
Dude.
I need to see silver screen Schwarzenegger. I can't see a version on stage. Like, that's just not the same.
No, it's still on the screen. It's a mix. Like, the stuff's still on the screen. There's the whole screen. It's like integrated into the... You'd have to see it. Trust me, dude. It looks amazing.
I'll give it a try. I know you're a fan of live performance arts and the theater. So, yeah, what can I say? I will not yuck your yum. Fair enough. I'll check it out, sir. But yeah, I guess that brings it to me and my choice for number 4. So I chose kind of a group for my number 4. I wanted to get like kind of the American remake of another film. I think that was a really common trend, especially for a while in kind of the early 2000s. And there's one of them that really kind of worked, and it works unlike all of the other ones that really tried to catch that same lightning in a bottle, and it didn't work for them. So for me, it's a Gore Verbinski film, and you probably are all familiar with Gore Verbinski, but in case you aren't, he did a bunch of the Pirates movies, but he also did some interesting ones, Rango, the Lone Ranger. Those aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but somehow The Ring from 2002, man, it could be the only kind of American take on like Japanese horror or foreign horror movies that that really kind of works for me. And I saw Ringu after this one. I get it. It's awesome, but I don't know. There's something that Gore Verbinski was able to do where it's kind of his version of this one. It works for me on another level where most of these do not. If you're talking like The Grudge, or I think The Eye was even one of the, there's a bunch of those other ones. And then there's a bunch of other kind of foreign horror movies that have been redone where we did like the American version of it. I'm thinking like Spoorloose and The Vanishing. It just doesn't work for me, but somehow The Ring does. So yeah, my number 4 is The Ring. It's an interesting one that I actually went back and kind of watched last year, but Naomi Watts' performance in that is really underrated. Just, man, there's an interesting thing going on there. And the first time I saw it, I remember thinking like, okay, the movie's over, and then it keeps going, and it's actually earned having the second ending. To me, it started this whole like kind of cursed horror thing as well, that they also tried to ride that wave. And yeah, I think this was again the most successful of all of those. So yeah, for me, number 4 is The Ring.
I would suggest Let the Right One In.
I love that one, but
that remake
man,
is
the original.
Better, I think. Yeah, the remakes. Damn,
I'd like them both.
Yeah.
I do like them both on that one, but I don't know. There's something about The Ring where I just dig it more than Ringu, and I don't know what it is. But it's all subjective. Hell yeah, I like both of the Let the Right One In, and yeah. Laps, sir. What's your number 3 favorite remake?
My number 3 is The Departed. It's a remake of the 2002 Hong Kong film Internal Affairs, which I have not seen. I want to
like
see
cheating,
it.
Sir.
Yeah, it's almost like not seeing the movie, right? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? It's something I do want to see. I do want to see it. I did a lot of reading on it. So while I was working today, right? This is actually kind of funny because I today was going to be a very long day, and my boss was on an airplane, so like I was running the show, and you know, like, should be an easy day, you know, should be easy. And I go onto our system, and how our system works is like you load in something, and then it displays all the information for it, right? So I load something in, and I look, and like there's no information, like documents are missing, contracts are missing, everything's missing. So then I, sat there for a second. I was like, this isn't good. This can't be good. And yeah, I got phone call after phone call about how there's no documents and no anything. Everything's. Am I frozen? Oh no, you're there, dude. Yeah, he turned into smoke. Your head was down here. Warren's. No one was moving. I was like, am I frozen? What is happening? You're good, man. Okay, anyway. Yeah, like, dude, all I had to do was put out fires today because nothing was working right. So I was doing some information hunting on this, and I actually want to see Internal Affairs and see if it's any good. But I like The Departed quite a bit.
See, I'm like you. I haven't seen the film that it's based on.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So, but it is a remake, so I don't think that it doesn't negate, like, me not seeing it doesn't make it not a remake. But I wish I would have seen the movie. I did find where I can watch it subtitled, so I am going to definitely watch that this weekend to see if it's any good, or what all they changed, because The Departed's a long movie, and I don't see a Japanese or Chinese movie being like 3.5 hours. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
No, it won't be.
But like, I'm just saying, he's got his own take in a bunch of other films. Like, I think he's done at least like 3 remakes. Uh-huh. So I don't know, man. That's interesting. I would like to see the original as well, because
well, that one site that we used for spacing, it's on there. So,
okay. I might be checking out Internal Affairs as well.
Yeah, I want to check it out. So I And I knew if you remember the original promos for The Departed, it even said it was based off of another movie. Like it was like Scorsese said he had seen this movie and read this screenplay or something, and then got his own, idea, but he did take things from that movie. So,
Right.
I like The Departed.
Makes sense.
I like The Departed.
For sure.
Like, I think it's a great movie. It's one of
my
my
that movie and Blood Diamond were the two movies that had me convinced DiCaprio was a pretty good actor. Because before that, I thought I didn't particularly like him, and then
I liked him on the
both
beach.
of those came out the same year, and I was like, "Oh wow, this guy's actually pretty good."
I like
I
him
thought
on
he
the
should have
beach.
won an
I thought
Oscar
it
for
was
Departed. Honestly, I mean, but he had to get raped by a bear to win an Oscar. But
Hey man, that scene is awesome. That bear was horny. But yeah, that's I thought, ooh, number 3, The Fly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Nightmares and Nerdscapes weighs in with the Cronenberg The Fly. Man, it's up there as far as Goldblum performances.
Oh, it's
it was
100%.
hovering just in my honorable mentions. I respect it, man. It is up there.
The 25 minutes before he's gets fucked up it might be the most Goldblum, except for him in the
come on,
Jeep
Ian
in
Malcolm.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
But dude, the scene when he's talking to the lady in the office, just go watch that again and just be like, my God, it's almost as much as like Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. And his son, the guy who played Zangief in the original Street Fighter movie, go watch Batman Returns, right? And watch how that guy is doing a Christopher Walken impression in front of Christopher Walken's face the entire time. And you're just like, what the fuck? But that's
all right. I got to go back and watch for that.
Much Goldblum is Goldblum in the first like 25 minutes of The Fly, and it's fucking amazing. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And Nightmares and Nerdscapes also points out in your favorite Leo scene that the bear only got to second base.
Well, remember whenever
they did want to keep their rating.
He was on his stomach, and they did show. We don't know how much went. He may have had a rip in his pants somewhere. We don't know. We don't know. But I
couldn't walk after that scene. So I mean.
He couldn't do anything after that scene.
Well, I don't know if there's much more to add to that, but hey, Bob, what do you have as your number 3 remake?
Well, this one doesn't have any traumatic scenes like a bear scene or anything like that. But my number 3 it's actually one of the films that I just found to be a lot of fun as far as a remake, and that is 1998's The Parent Trap.
Oh, okay.
I actually think that this is a case in which the film is better than the original. And I think the cast is really good. Lindsay Lohan, she's fantastic as the two girls.
Okay.
And what I liked was that they kept the original concept where in the original Haley Mills played both of them. They didn't get a set of twins to play them. They actually had one actress playing both roles. And so they kept that kind of that tradition. Natasha Richardson, Dennis Quaid, they're really good in the film. I also like that they brought in the in a cameo the one who played the girlfriend in the original film. She played the mother of the girlfriend in this one.
Oh, nice.
So I thought that was kind of a neat little twist. The only thing that would have made it better is if Haley Mills herself would have made a cameo. But in this case, again, I think it's just a better it's just a better interpretation of The Parent Trap. At least I think that it is. And where I think that it really steps up to its game is with the parents themselves. I think Natasha Richardson and Dennis Quaid are much better actors than the parents in the first one, and especially Dennis Quaid. His performance is just solid in that movie. So yeah, that's where I think that it really steps up its game. So yeah, I think it's a fun film. Again, it's not necessarily the best. Like Nightmare and Nerdscapes had The Fly at number 3. I would say that's a better film than The Parent Trap, but I just had more fun watching The Parent Trap. So that's why it made my list. That's at number 3.
No, that's a good pick.
Respectable choice.
I forgot about that. The only reason why I had seen that is because of my wife. So, and I had seen the original one many times, and yeah, I totally forgot about that movie. You're right though. The parents are way better in that one. The
Yes,
other one,
they-
they
they're
might as well
way
be
better.
like insert Disney parent here.
Yes.
just they're whatever. I'm businessman going to business. You
Yes.
know, like,
And Dennis Quaid's such a good actor, so he
Yeah.
really nails that role. And again, Natasha Richardson, she's fantastic as the mother as well. And I like the the butler that she's got.
Mm.
That yeah, I mean, he's hilarious in that, and he ends up falling in love with their nanny. So
Yeah.
there's that little storyline going on there. So that it's cool.
Yeah, I definitely need to go back and look at a few of these. Yeah, man, I remember liking that. I think that's the first one that I knew was a remake that I ended up seeing, but fun film. All right, Warren, sir, what is your number 3 remake?
My number 3 was mentioned by Bob earlier, and it is Peter Jackson's King Kong. I
Nice.
love King Kong. I watched the original 1930s version when I was a kid. I remember the Jeff Bridges version where he was on the World Trade Center, Twin Towers when it happened. Then Peter Jackson came along, and I wish it would have got more love than it did, because I thought it was the best version of King Kong out there. I watching the original ones made me actually read the book. And the only complaint I have with Peter Jackson's is that it takes like almost 35 minutes to get to Skull Island. So I think he could have cut that down quite a bit. But I love the way he did Kong. He didn't make him all crazy huge. He gave him personality. Like that scene where he's on top of the Empire State Building and he like does the beautiful sign that she showed him earlier on Skull Island with the sun setting right as he's all shot up. And it's just like the scenes, like, even the ice skate ring where like, you hear him laugh. I mean, in the aesthetic of the 1930s aesthetic with it, Jack Black worked, but it wasn't one of my favorite parts of the film. But yeah, I just absolutely love that. I thought Peter Jackson knocked it out of the park. I own the director's cut of anniversary Blu-ray. I mean, I watch it. I'll fast forward to the Skull Island part.
But wait, here's the thing though, for people that are just seeing it do you think that, because I've seen the original one a lot. My uncle was a big fan.
Yeah. But
do you feel that 35 minutes though makes the impact of Skull Island that much more because they get to show much more of it?
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, I understand, like, there's some scenes with Brody and stuff, like, where you're just kind of like, whatever,
Like, you could have started it on the boat on their way there without any of the city stuff, without any of that backstory stuff, and you could have still made it work. I think it seemed like it took forever to get to they hit the shores of Skull Island. And I just didn't know how much of that. I don't need to see Naomi Watts dancing with the crew.
Right. And I understand.
She
and I
dances so
understand
elegantly.
that, right? And I understand that. But I think for the first time seeing it, though, you get to see the people in the city. You get to see what it's like before this spectacle comes back, and you get to see where these people went to, where they end up going, right? And you get to see a lot of those things. And I understand, like, because on rewatches, I do fast forward a little bit. But I think the first time I saw it, though, I was so intrigued by seeing what the trailers were and then seeing how it started, where I was like, okay, when does this get ramped up? But then seeing all the stuff, it made me more attached to the characters that end up dying, that end up having this relationship, because they weren't just, insert guy here, girl here. Because if you watch the original, Fay Ray is it. Like that is your story, with Kong, and that it's like you're seeing the Harryhausen stuff, but it's like Kong was the big mystical point, but Fay Ray was the story. So
Yeah,
this I
yeah.
thought did a better job in telling the whole story as opposed to just like the one side of it. I don't know.
No, I can agree with, I can agree with
but
that
I
too.
do agree with you. I think after the first time you see that, you can skip because I'm like you. I went out and bought like the director's cut, all that stuff. I even have like the 4K version. That's like I think I have like 3 different versions of that movie. But this is something that I asked my mother and that I asked my uncle because my uncle's such a big fan. What do you think it was like back then seeing something like that for the first time? Seeing something on the big screen where there was that much practical effects. And now, yes, they look ridiculous today. But some of that dual screening stuff had never been done before. Like and how big those props were. Just I mean, I know it looks so dumb, like where you see Kong's head now, and he's like, like it's still
amazing,
like imagine seeing like that's an actual. It's there. It's not CG'd in. That's actually right there. You can touch it and feel it. And like I don't know, man. Like I've always wondered what it was like to be alive back then and actually see that, in the theater. And that would have been amazing to see. Like that would have blown my mind back then.
Imagine taking someone from back then and showing them a movie now.
Yep.
Same thing. Same.
Blow their friggin' minds.
Dude, show them. Even though I don't like the new War of the Worlds, show them that and be like, that's a documentary.
Yeah. We barely survived that one.
We actually got these DVD players out of that.
Did we just get a sneak peek into Laps's the top of his list? Is War of the Worlds up there?
No.
I wonder.
No, it's not. No.
Well, respectable choice, Warren. I definitely dig that one. It's a very cinematic remake, and it seems to be a love letter to like classic cinema, unlike a lot of those other 2000s remakes. So, yeah, man, I see why both of you guys have that on your list. It definitely need to go back and rewatch that one. I haven't seen that in like over a decade too. But,
it's fun. It still holds up. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that brings me to my number 3, and it's an interesting one. So there's been 2 different remakes of this one over the years, but yeah, they all have different names. So there's 3 different names for these 3 different films, but the first one's from 1964. It's starring Vincent Price. It's a Richard Matheson story, and it's The Last Man on Earth. And then it got remade in 2007 with none other than Will Smith as I Am Legend. I dig both of those, but there's this middle version that for some reason just it tickles my fancy. It's Charlton Heston in The Omega Man, and man, it is weird and out there and funky, but I don't know. There's something to it. Like a lot of people talk about Charlton Heston's kind of other sci-fi movie ones, but man, Charlton Heston versus like zombie vampires is kind of amazing. It's exactly what I need to see, and man, it's creepy. I like how creepy the Vincent Price one is. Like they seem to be very sentient things, just banging on his door, calling his name. I could see how that would drive you crazy, but man, what they become in the Omega Man is just, it's something interesting. And just the scope of it is, I don't know. It deserves more recognition than it gets, but man, I absolutely love this. I think it's my favorite Charlton Heston performance, and man, the use of afros in this is just spot on.
Too. He
is so Heston.
Dude, he almost
great.
like takes the when he's like propping the door and he's doing he almost does the Bill Shatner run.
The
whole dude, he is so he is the most Heston in that movie. Even whenever he's like giving Jesus water, no, nothing, no. I know, dude. I actually love that movie. That's a fantastic pick. I totally forgot about that. It's a great movie.
It doesn't get the love that a lot of his other ones do. Granted, it's not a perfect movie, but man, it's a fun watch. I really dig that one. If you haven't seen it in a while, do yourself a favor. Check out the Omega Man. Well, Lapser, what's your number 2 favorite remake?
My number 2, I'm not a huge fan of horror movies, but this one was cool to me because of the original taking place in Pittsburgh and obviously, the Dead series, but Dawn of the Dead 2004, I thought was fun. I like it. I actually like that movie. One of the
Zack Snyder, huh?
Zack Snyder things that I actually like. Because he's, doing other people's material, which he does very well.
Yeah.
It's
As
just
long as
not,
he doesn't have to write it, he's golden.
Yeah. Like,
what
so,
if he's the cinematographer, though?
Be a writer.
He's the best cinematographer.
But come on, shots of wheat.
I like it. I thought it was cool, man. And they did a whole thing in the Monroeville Mall for the reshowing of this. They showed the original one and then this one, and I went to that. And Tom Savini was there, and it was really cool, man. And every time he would go to these things, he would bring like a bunch of cool like props that he made from these original movies that he had like the plaster casts for. And one of the funny stories, I'm sure people have heard this story, but he was talking about on some of the Dead movies where he was talking to Romero, and he was like, well, how did you do like certain guts? Because they were doing stuff like that. And he was like, oh, well, we had, pig guts and stuff. He's like, the refrigerator broke on the first movie. So they were eating some of the worst. Like, said it was such foul smelling shit, dude. He was like, and these people were all for it. I was like,
yeah,
God
it's
damn.
the movies, man. They get to be up on the screen. That's awesome.
But
I get it.
that was a lot of fun doing it. It's doing it at the Monroeville Mall. As you see, like when they show the outer section of the mall, and there's that like turn in where the trucks go in. So there's that big giant wall there, and that's where they projected the movie onto. And it was cool because they had a whole big thing during the day, and it was during the summer, and they had to wait till nighttime to show it because I think the movie was already out, and I didn't see it when it came out, but this was whenever I did see it. So it was really cool, man. I had a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Fair enough. I'm glad to see a horror movie on your list. I respect it, sir. So it looks like Nightmares and Nerdscapes has weighed in with his number 2, and he went with Anna and the King, Chow Yun-Fat and Jodie Foster. It's definitely a memorable one. You're right. That's a fun remake.
He had that. Chow Yun-Fat had that like after freaking was it what's the one? God damn it! The House of the what?
Flying Tigers, Hidden Dragons,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. After that, he had like a real big, like presence in America after that because of how well that film did here. The Western release. Like usually they don't do that well, and then they had House of Flying Daggers. I don't think he was in, but like a lot of those movies came out like that. And it was cool to see him do something that was a little bit different, like where he was actually getting decent roles here. As opposed
I
to
didn't like that movie. There's no kung fu in it. I was like, what is And in the King.
And in the King.
Where's the martial arts?
Yeah, the wire work could have been better in that one, but yeah, it's an interesting story. I can definitely respect that choice.
Just watch it. Like,
and I know
teach your kung fu. What's going on?
Well, that happened off screen, but it's implied, man. They were doing like morning kata and stuff.
Maybe like she was still a little bit off of her Nell kick, where she was like pum. She couldn't do it. She didn't know
how. Well, Bob, sir, I respect your decisions. What did you decide as your number 2 remake?
My number 2, we've actually already talked about it, but both my number 2 and my number 1 are films that I rewatch a lot and I have a good time with. My number 2, True Lies. That is, and I'll be honest.
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know this was a remake until I started researching this. And then when I found out it was a remake, I was like, this kind of like Ransom. it was like, okay, this is going on my list because these are films that I've really enjoyed. True Lies, I have an absolute blast with. If you remember when we did our Arnold list, that was my number one Arnold movie. And
For sure.
so I think that it's just great. You already mentioned how it's one of Tom Arnold's best performances, might be his best performance. He's absolutely
so.
hilarious in that
But
film.
The Stupids.
Yeah,
The Stupids is a decent movie.
he's got great chemistry with Arnold Schwarzenegger in that film, and of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome in it. We know Charlton Heston makes an appearance in it, so yet again we have Heston on this list. But yeah, so yeah, it's a great film, just a good time, good action flick. It's got the family element to it. It's got some humor on it. I love the scene when they where he set her up to for an adventure, and of course they break in and they're not arresting him, but they're kidnapping him. And as they're taking him out, he's like, just be quiet. She's like, Harry, let me handle this. I got this, because she thought the whole time, they were there for her. It's a great film. I love it. So True Lies, that's my number 2.
We got
so let me be a jerk to you as well, Bob, and call you out. Have you seen the original French one?
No, I've never seen the original. Again, I didn't even know this was a remake until I again looked it up on this list. And when I was putting my list together, this just ranked higher than all the others because, again, I have more fun with this movie. And that's kind of where my list came from, was all the ones I had more fun with. There might be some better films than True Lies, but even then, I think it's one of James Cameron's better films. And I think that Arnold's performance is great in it. So again, it's my favorite Arnold film. So there's no way I was.
He's got the most American. He's got Harry. My name is Harry.
And, and the most American accent ever. But sorry, Laps, I have interrupted you 3 times now. What do you think this comment about Chow Yun-Fat's amazing career is about?
This is the first time I've seen him on making a comment, so that's why I wanted. He said he talking about Chow Yun-Fat did The Protector with Mark Wahlberg, decent over the top action flick. Very true.
I love that flick. I think that could be up there as what. Hey, Miss Sparkles. That could be one of my favorite Mark Wahlberg films. It doesn't quite reach up there with The Happening, but it's close.
And then he says Jamie Lee Curtis was fine as fuck back then. Yes.
Indeed. That movie, she was fine as fuck.
Says, I don't know. I always thought of her as a butterface.
How dare you, Miss Sparkles? Jamie Lee Curtis is an amazing American talent. I don't know.
She's not
awesome, man.
Damn titties.
I don't know, man. She's awesome in the aforementioned film, True Lies.
Great, man.
Try to deny. I could not call her a butterface in that movie. She's
True Lies is probably my favorite Cameron film. It may not be his best, I think technically, but it's one of my favorites of his. It's so good.
Well, speaking of so good and your opinions, Warren, what do you have in number 2, sir?
My number 2 is a film that I found out yesterday is a remake, and no, Gray, I have not seen.
He's not giving any of you guys shit for not seeing these movies.
I gave Bob a little bit of shit.
Yeah, he just all
he did was ask you if you saw it. That's it. He told me that my pick was invalid.
I just implied it.
Up until Django came out, this was my favorite Leo role, and it's The Departed.
Ooh.
The Departed, I didn't even know, like I said, I haven't seen Eternal Ferris. I didn't even know of Eternal Ferris till yesterday. I'm going to go watch it now just because how much I love The Departed, and I want to see how much they're like. But The Departed is just one of my favorite Scorsese films ever. I always thought it was kind of like a weird cinematic fan fiction about Whitey Bulger. I had no idea that he was going off of a Japanese film that like those lines. I mean, even though it was mentioned, I didn't ever remember it being talked about. So yeah, I absolutely love The Departed. It's like 3 hours long. It doesn't even feel like it. And everyone in that is just top-notch acting, all the way from Baldwin, Wahlberg. Everyone in that is just top notch and just hits off like crazy.
It's one of the best elevator scenes ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mike Jenkins says Internal Affairs is a must if you like Hong Kong action, which I do. I love a lot of Golden Harvest movies. That's just one that I never saw. So whenever I was doing this list and I saw that was, took place off of that, I was like, ooh, I gotta see this. I must see this. So I thought that 100% I will definitely see this movie.
It's on my must watch list now, just so I can see how similar it is.
Yep.
Nightmares and Nerdscapes weighs in Anthony Anderson's best role by a mile. Do you forget Harold and Kumar, where he played the fast food worker? How dare you, sir?
We're all trying to forget Harold and Kumar.
You can't do it. Fair enough. So I guess my number 2, it's kind of related in that it's also a Martin Scorsese remake, but it's a little different. I don't know. Previously, I'd kind of known both Scorsese and the lead actor to be a certain type of film, if you will. But I had kind of never seen this side of him. So mine is 1991's Cape Fear, starring Robert De Niro.
That was actually on my honorable mentions list. Yep.
Dude, I've never been scared of De Niro or seen De Niro as like any sort of tough guy. Like, I don't know. I always kind of viewed him as kind of the goofy guy. Like, I don't know. I gotta say I didn't see him as I saw him more as like the Midnight Run type. But I didn't see him as kind of this threat. And man,
like Taxi
the
Driver?
places that De Niro is. I like Taxi Driver. I got to be honest. The first the first car that I bought was a van, and instead of a rear view mirror, it just had a headshot of De Niro from Taxi Driver. It was weird. So you'd think that would have affected me more, but well, come on. You just asked De Niro, and he's like, "What do you think?" It's great. But yeah, this really got me to kind of fear De Niro, and then it's kind of a different side of like Nick Nolte as well. And Jessica Lange as well. I have. There's something that Scorsese kind of brings to it. And then I think they're 2 episodes into it, but Apple actually is doing their reimagining.
I was just about to ask. They have a brand new one. I don't know if it was out yet or not.
Yeah. Is it a series
or is it
a movie?
Yes. It's a series, but they usually do like 8 episodes. So it's basically like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been really digging what Apple is able to do, and I've been watching a couple of their other shows currently. So
I think
I was letting a few of the episodes.
Is the dude from the Bond movie that had his face stuffed? Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, it's a really star-studded cast. So I have high hopes for this, but I love the original, and it seems like there's no way that this could have matched it. But man, what Scorsese kind of brings to it is a different type of dark, and I can't be in a movie theater and not think of this. I kind of gave somebody this movie, the Cape Fear movie theater experience, when I was watching the new version of Naked Gun. Yeah, it was weird. Nobody was in there, so I was vaping kind of hard, and then all of a sudden it turns out there was a person right behind me. It was just weird, and I got tapped like halfway through the movie where I thought I was in a theater alone. And anyway, I gave them a horrible experience with a lot of loud laughing and a lot of smoke in there. So my bad. But yeah. Hey, what up,
that
Bimo?
wasn't close to you. Like right behind
it wouldn't be awkward that way.
What kind of
it was weird.
psychopath picks a seat from the right behind the only other seat? Because you have to pick before you go in there. Unless it's not one of those types. Like,
well,
psychopath is like, oh,
it's
he's
a
right here,
seating.
right behind.
I don't know, but yeah, it was weird to be tapped by an old lady like halfway through a movie. But we've got Bimo in here. What up, Bimo? I agree with you. Laps does our thumbnails, and he absolutely killed it. It is amazing. I love that my sugar glider got some representation, but why the hell did he put me in a My Chemical Romance shirt? That is just
I did that on purpose.
The question is, why not?
That's the I made my arms look really.
I know how much he likes the Leto.
I'll tell you this.
Or
Laps
is
makes
that
me
just-
look a hell of a lot cooler than what I really am. In
Oh,
those
always.
photos.
Yeah, his
Here's the thing.
thumbnails always make me look so cool.
He's not even in that band, is he? It's the other one, right? See, I don't even know. That's how terrible I am. If it's not death metal, I have no idea. So I was like, oh, I'm doing this because of this, and then find out, oh, he's not even in that band. I'm like, fuck, whatever.
Were you trying to do like 30 Seconds to Mars or something?
There it is. There it is.
Oh, okay. You were going Jared Leto. Oh, okay.
Because I
Okay, I
thought I
gotcha.
thought it would be funny because I know your Leto-ness. So
Well, it is hilarious. And I got to say, I'm glad somebody else is noticing how amazing these thumbnails are. Like I said, we are the internet's best kept secret. You can be in on the secret as well. Just hit subscribe.
what's happening?
but-
I don't even know what I'm talking about. That's the best.
But Laps, sir,
Yes.
what is your number one favorite remake of all time, sir?
So my favorite remake is 1983 Scarface, and I have seen the 1932 movie, so suck it.
Well, congratulations.
That's the only one I've seen.
I don't remember there being a little friend in the original Scarface, but fair enough.
So yeah, it's I telling it from the Tony Montana perspective is definitely probably more iconic because of Al Pacino, but that character's, I mean, there's how many fucking lines from that movie do people say? My goodness. And that thing's been, parodied or talked in other movies how many times? I mean, like, my goodness. But yeah,
I have a poster that's him shooting the machine gun, and it's made out of all of the dialogue of the movie.
that's crazy.
I love that movie. It's so good. I didn't know it was a remake till yesterday. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
So like that's that's there's so much in that movie, like, and it's one of the first, like, besides, like I said, like the Bible movies that I was had to watch, forced to watch, but I think that was the first like multi-cassetted movie that I watched on my own, and probably Heat was after that, something like that. So it was like kind of cool. Like I always looked at it as like a part 1 and part 2, even though it's the same movie, because that's like when you get like the Godfather on VHS and it's 2 cassettes, and you're like, oh, there's Godfather 2. Is it also 2? Is this part 4? What is happening here? So yeah, it's Scarface. I think it stands the test of time. It's a lot of people's favorite movie, but it's also a very good remake. They took it in the right direction. I think that nobody really even talks about the original 32 movie unless you're, 80 years old. And even then, you're 80 years old. Fuck you. Take that.
Yeah.
Do you consider that one a remake? Like it
Yes.
is definitely the name, and it's
Yes, I consider it a remake because it is a
Elements.
remake.
It's
Fair
kind
enough.
of,
It just-
if you want to think about it, it's almost like Scrooge.
Literally a remake of the movie.
If you want to think about it, it's
It
almost
kinda
like
seems like a
Scrooge.
reimagining.
It's just like brings up to modern era, Cuban crisis, immigrant era, but it's it's kind of like that if you want to think about it that way.
They took a lot of the plot lines and changed it to Miami.
yeah. I don't remember as much weird.
Yes, it's
It's just
also
a white guy
it's
to
also,
play a
it's
Cuban.
also not 94 minutes. So I mean, there's going to be a lot more
No,
to
but
it.
It's like
Oh,
what would,
man.
I guess it's like implied incest with the sister. There's just I don't remember that existing in that original one.
He was just
It
very
seems like,
protective. It wasn't incest. It was just he was a
you gotta
helicopter
rewatch
pilot.
some of those, man.
So is Scarface a remake? Let's look that up. Let's just look it up. Let's look it up. Since you always use like Rotten
I
Tomatoes
think
and all that
it
stuff.
seems a little
Yes,
bit more of a reimagining
Scarface
to
is
me.
a remake
But
of the 1932 film of the same name. Holy shit! Who would have
Yeah.
guessed? Who would have
so,
guessed?
do you have a distinction between a remake and a reimagining?
Yes. It's
Okay.
still a remake. Just because you say reimagined, that's just changing shit. That's still, if you have stuff that's in the same movie, like it's the same plot lines, same stuff, just because you add more shit to it doesn't mean it's not a remake of the same movie. I mean, like, dude, that we're getting into like massive semantical type stuff at that point. You know,
I
I
live
mean,
in
it's
semantics,
it's
sir.
more of
Well,
a
I don't.
remake than Departed is in a lot
Yeah.
of ways. Departed is a Hong Kong crime movie, and the Departed is about Boston Irish gangsters. I mean, it's changed to fit the era. You know what I mean? But still a remake.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I definitely understand it.
I'll say
I
it. I'll,
just,
I'll bring up one that people don't consider a remake. That people don't consider a remake, but I think is Humphrey Bogart's Maltese Falcon, because the original Falcon, there's so many plot points from the original one that is in the Bogart one. But if you even look it up, it'll say no, it's not, because the director took it in a different direction. Even though like 30 minutes of this like 70-minute movie is literally in the other movie. So like I mean that's kind of like ridiculous when you think of it, right?
Yeah, great.
yeah. I think it's no more ridiculous than the mountain of coke that Pacino is doing towards the end of this, and his
That's
relationship
one
with his sister.
great
But fair
zero.
enough.
But it's like this, dude. I mean, if you have that amount of coke, the fact that you snorting it and not turning it into crack and smoking it, because crack wasn't around then. It might have been, might not have been, might have been, might not have been, might have been, might have been.
I mean,
Might have been, might have been, might have been. Reaganomics were not as prevalent yet. You know, they were just getting into it. That end of his first term. You know, I'd be smoking that crack.
that is a somewhat controversial choice, and it may make a reappearance in one of our future shows. But fair enough, Scarface. I understand.
Well, if we're talking about mounds of coke that we want to do in movies, then hell yeah, dude.
Top
number
10,
one.
top 5 movies to do coke to.
Yeah, number one.
Oh,
Just bring me some baking soda, and I'll make you a crack rock the size of a manhole cover. That's right. I
good
went
to
there.
know.
I went there. I can cook good crack.
Also a good cook. We have Bob. Hey, Bob, what's your number one favorite remake movie?
Is it Crack the movie?
No, it's not.
Sadly, it's not.
But for me, my favorite remake, again, not necessarily the best, but my favorite is 1999's The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know it's not like a straight up
it's a remake.
or anything like that. It's a loosely based remake of the original film. It focuses more on action and adventure than it does the horror aspect of it. Obviously, it's there. It's almost like an Indiana Jones kind of light, you know. But I think it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Every time I watch that movie, if it comes on TV, I'm gonna have, or anytime it comes on TV, I have to watch it. Same thing with the first sequel. The third one, not so much, but those first two films I think are a lot of fun. But that original is a blast, and you know people still have a love for this franchise that they've still been asking to see Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz come back together. That we're actually getting them back together.
And the brother, he's coming back too. He's been confirmed.
Yes.
The brother's coming back. This
Yes.
is also my number one. So is why.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's great
it.
minds. You've been reading off my list. But yeah, it is. I just watched it the other day. Like I mean, the second one's good, but the first one is just pure gold. And
it's magic.
Yeah, it is magic all the way through. And I really hope that they nail it with the bringing everybody back too. And yeah, it's just absolutely just I love that movie so much.
It's a lot of fun from the moment it starts to when it ends. It's hilarious. You're just having a good time. There's a lot of good jokes, good adventure. I love Brendan Fraser's what's the name of his character? O'Connell. I love his his chemistry with Benny.
Oh, yep. Benny's awesome. People still to this day are showing like Benny when he's doing the different religions and the different prayers until he finally strikes the one the mummy recognizes.
He's like, oh Lord, could you give me a Benny?
I'm sorry, but I have to bring this up because when Gray, politely said that he doesn't remember there being any incest in the original movie. There actually is, and it's actually a major point in the original movie, and you can look it up.
Okay. I have not seen the original Scarface, and God knows how long.
It says,
but fair enough.
I'm just saying. It says there's no actual incest that takes place in Scarface, but both the 1932 classic and the 1983 remake feature heavy, deliberate subtext and themes of an incestual obsession between the main character and his sister. Because I remembered, but I got
I did not remember that from the black and white version, but fair
mounds
enough.
of cocaine, people, mounds of cocaine.
Well,
it does stuff to your brain.
Fair enough. There's significantly more coke in the
mummy.
The Scarface
I think is awesome. My that's one of even the franchise of movies. That's one that like my mother, like if I know, like we like, because usually Sundays the day I spend watching movies or something with my mom, and if we can't figure anything, that's The Mummy is one of the number one go-tos. She'll just come out with the DVD and be like, and I'm like, all right, well, let's put it on. Let's watch it. And I always have fun. With it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like, not like the Boris Karloff Mummy, but I mean, I don't think, in my opinion, like, I'm glad that it's not, because that's one of the Universal's movies that I was kind of like the least rewatchable for me, as the character of the Mummy. Like Karloff does like a good job as it, but it's not like, I think there's much more lore and cool stuff going into the Brendan Fraser one than there is in the original one. And I think it's just a better movie.
It is,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you get the Scorpion King. Everybody loves that, don't they?
Oh yeah, we love
that CGI abomination. It's
6 of its spin-offs,
awesome.
Each one getting worse and cheaper than the last.
I think, isn't that what kind of gave us The Rock as the movie star?
Yeah.
And that was a lot to do with Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser pushed for him to get that role. And honestly, it would have done better if they just kept him human and had him fighting the two at the end instead of doing the big CGI
with the weird face and like.
Yeah, if they would have just kept him as a human fighting them, maybe give him a little bit of prosthetic, I think that would have been a much better ending to that film than what we got.
Agreed. If they would have kept if they would have kept it like you said, prosthetics and stuff like that, and you could have had him like far away and maybe something else happens around it, maybe it works. But like having him move and like the face, man, it's just like, it's one of those things.
You can just use symbolism. Like they weren't actually scarabs in the first one. Like they had scarabs and stuff. Just have him have like a thorny whip. Okay, he's the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or just like have his armor or something have like a gold, tail, and anything but what they did. Just anything but what they did. And you're right, because I remember. Sorry, I remember because I was watching WWF at the time when he left and came back. Like there was this, like any wrestler that does like a movie, they always like promote it super hard and stuff like that. I remember all the crap that The Rock would say about this character, and you're just like, dude, you ended up being a big giant CGI dildo. Like,
you were in a
like,
flashback where you essentially dehydrated and passed it. It's just
sorry,
it didn't even make any sense why you turned into a giant man scorpion. Like they didn't even really talk about.
He is the Scorpion King. Come on,
a crown could have worked. A crown of scorpions.
If he was just riding a giant scorpion, that would have been better.
Well, that would be awesome, man.
Centaur scorpion.
How sick would that be?
That would have been pretty cool.
I gotta be honest, it is probably the only time that I've seen like what do you even call that? Half man, half scorpion. The centaur.
It's like a centaur. Centaur scorpion man.
A morpion.
A
morpion. It's the first time I've ever seen a morpion. But yeah, respectable choice. I really dig the Mummy franchise. That just barely got out of my honorable mentions. it was on my list for quite a while, but yeah, man, I think that's got to be second or third as far as Brendan Fraser performances as well. I didn't know that he could be a badass and he could be like respected. I always
Right.
kind of saw him as the kind of muddling like in Encino Man or Dudley Do Right type.
Yeah.
He's not.
Encino Man, Brendan Fraser, not as much School Ties, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Because that was like the one that during the middle of that thing that was like, where did that come? You know what I mean? Like you were just wheezing the juice.
I always thought he would have made a good Superman in his prime. I think he could have pulled it off, honestly.
If he didn't have the roles he had beforehand, because like you think of him as like George of the Jungle and
oh, that is true. Like yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean because he does have the build for it and the height and stuff like that. And after you see him in the Mummy movies, it's like, oh, okay, I could see that happen.
So he can play a badass as well as like a bumbling type, and
yeah, like Dudley Do Right. He said Dudley Do Right.
Well, I mean, like for me, Brendan
right,
Fraser is Airheads. Right. He's part of the Lone Rangers. Come on,
dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I respect both of your number one choices, especially because of their lack of a certain thing that Laps seem to be a fan of. I don't know. My number one choice. I was
just saying that there was more relationship to that movie than you gave credit for.
Fair enough. I did not go back to the 1936 one. I think I only saw it once. Maybe I need to watch that a few more times. But perhaps that film will come back up on, I don't know, things that might not have aged as well as they could have.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
But yeah. So my number one choice for a remake, it might be controversial to you guys, although it sounds like it isn't. But some people don't see it as a remake because it is doing so much more than the original is. That being said, I poo-poo that. I say, no, how dare you? This is a remake to me, just like Scarface. I've always said that, and I will always remain saying that. But yeah, so there was a 70s version of this film, and it's delightful. It does touch on issues of the time, but man, what this 2004 remake of it was able to do, it goes leaps and bounds above. So it is 2004's Dawn of the Dead, director Zack Snyder, but it does get writing credit to George Romero for the original idea, and then James Gunn. To me, I think this is the most original remake that's out there. Just, man, what it's able to do, even with that opening scene, Sarah Polley with the neighbor kid. Just, man, there is not an opening like that. Just, I love me some Romero, but what this was able to do and kind of the issues that it's able to kind of bring forefront are just amazing. And the cast in this is just completely just amazing. Sarah Polley just kills it, but Ving Rhames, I don't know if he's been more badass in this. Maybe when he was kicking Martian ass, but this is up there as well. And then Mekhi Phifer has an awesome role in this. It introduced me to Ty Burrell, and man, he was able to, go on to sitcom fame, but man, is he like the perfect rich asshole in this one. And just what they're able to kind of do with this. It's the only, well, it's not the only Zack Snyder film that I respect, but it is the one that I respect the most. And I think it's possibly because he had the least control over this one. He was the director. He did ultimately choose what's in frame, but man, if he's not doing the cinematography and he's not doing the writing, I think he can focus on making a good frame. And I think he was able to kind of do that in Watchmen as well. But man, this one to me is just it is peak Snyder, and it's able to even surpass what Romero was able to do with his original Dawn of the Dead. I love that film, and there's some amazing stuff, but there's also essentially just green makeup on people, and they're literally pieing the faces of certain mall goers. This takes it to a different level, and it brings the realism and the horror out. And
Yes,
man, I love this one.
it gives it stakes, like, because like
It
you said,
feels like it.
right from the first scene, and the Jake Weber or Weber and Michael Kelly, like there's so much in this movie that is so much better, in my opinion, than the original.
Mhm.
Like, because it actually was tense too. It was tense, which is what sells the zombie movie. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have the tension there. If they're just up and hacking, slashing, and like you said, pie facing and doing that, there's not really tension built. Right from the
I mean,
beginning,
it's
you were
fun.
like, but is that what you want though? For
No,
like,
that one did not make this list. Although Savini's 1990 Night of the Living Dead almost made my list. I like what he was able to do and the tropes that he was able to subvert. But man, this one it hits unlike any of the other ones. It feels like it's its own version while still kind of taking a nod towards the original. But yeah, it's zombies and you're at a mall, but that's about where the similarities end.
yeah, I mean, it's got some really good deaths too in it. It's got some really good ones, man. But yeah, you're right, man. It's a great movie. It's a great remake.
And
It's
other
like the most
tropes that
Zack Snyder movie out of all of his movies.
I feel that way as well.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of had the least control over this. And a lot of Gunn's writing kind of shines through in this one. You get moments, especially in the dialogue, that I don't know if you'd get from any other Snyder film.
That's the thing with Snyder. The more freedom he has, like the more like how bad he is shines through. Sadly,
dude, all you gotta say is Rebel Moon.
Rebel.
Oh god,
Moon.
I watched the rated R version of that because I felt like I had to give him a fair shot. And yeah, that's like 3 hours of my life I'll never get back.
well, it was like 3 hours of your life just watching them, harvest grain in slow motion.
Yeah. Oh,
that
so
was
bad.
important, Bob.
So bad.
I saw the director's cuts of both of those as well.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like that the director's cut's better than the theatrical than the original release. But that's like saying that a turd on a plate is better than a turd in a cup. It still was a turd.
It's like I watched the 4-hour Justice League movie. Yeah, it's better because now I know what's going on because they didn't have to take a 4-hour movie and cut it down to 1.5 hours or 2 hours.
Well, it was supposed to be two parts. It was supposed to be part 1 and part 2. But I agree with you. Like, when he's on his own, it's just like, God damn, dude. Like,
well,
I
look at his 2 zombie films. The Whatever of the Dead. Just man, it did not work out.
The one in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go from making one of the best versions of the Dawn of the Dead, and then it's like, okay, well, we're just going to let you go and do whatever you want, and then you make one of the worst zombie movies ever?
Right, because he actually had stuff to do with it. He wasn't just directing and like saying like, hey, this works here, that's cool. This works here, that's cool. Because like you said, you can see the stuff that you're like, I see why you have a job, but then his dialogue is some of the worst, man. Like the Justice League scene. Like, why was there a 20-minute scene of Aquaman being sung to while he went back into the water? And like, what was happening? Like, what are we doing?
What's going on?
What is happening? I thought this was like superhero. And like, Batman's like, I'm putting together a team. I'm in. Because I'm just a big loser nerd. I'm in. That's all you got to say. Oh, really? Really? I don't. Like, yeah, dude.
Well, it's because he didn't have any friends.
Right. And he wouldn't because he's in a Zack Snyder movie. Everybody's unlikable.
That was supposed to be a joke that he was going to get super friends.
Yeah. Super friends. It's up there with he's doing Fozzie Bear levels of, waka waka waka.
Yeah.
Like the only thing was like the running back in time scene was beautiful in the Snyder version of Justice League. And there was,
and the dark side scenes were great.
Yeah, and they did a much better job with Cyborg with him in the Snyder one. The Whedon one, if anything, the Snyder one was just kind of like, what the hell was Josh Whedon thinking or smoking that you like changed that much beautiful. Like there's something in the script you should have kept, and then there's this, you know, and it's just like wow.
That whole thing
also
was
like
doomed.
Superman's return better in not necessarily when he came back to life, but when he showed up to save the day. I liked it better in the Snyder cut a lot better.
Way better.
Oh,
like,
way better.
Like in the Whedon version, he's like, civilians. I gotta go. I'm like,
and like, you also got to remember, like, it's a tragedy what happened and why he had to leave the movie, right? It's tragedy. Where no one's disputing that. But once the studio got involved and they saw what he was doing, because that was supposed to be part 1, part 2, right?
Yeah.
They were like, holy fuck, this is not going to compete with the Avengers, which it wasn't supposed to. Like, that, you know, that whole thing ruined that just him being in charge, already doomed to fail, right? But let's just say it would have kept going. Okay. Let's just say that you already have something so dark and so serious that they brought the dude in to literally color it up and make it funny. They were like, we have to refilm jokes, not major plot points, not major scenes. We're bringing back the actors and paying them and paying stage because we need more jokes in the movie.
We need to have Flash flop on top of Wonder Woman because that's
right. And we need other, you know what I mean? Like, and it was so bad. And it sucks because I'm a huge Justice League person, right? Hate colored films. Jesus.
Yeah, Patrick, good to see you, sir. I understand that you're a fan of black and whites. Much respect, sir.
Like, I'm a huge fan of the Justice League. Always have been. It's the one super team that wasn't forced together. It just happened naturally. You know, the original Justice League, unlike the Avengers, who couldn't sell comic books, so they forced a team together. And I wanted this to be good, and then what they put out in the theater, and
well, they rushed it. They should have done.
They shouldn't have refilmed it.
They should have done solo Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman films.
For sure.
Do a Trinity and then a Justice League.
Right.
You don't have to take as long as Marvel did, but you have to establish the DC Trinity before you jump into a Justice League movie.
Right. And they could have, right? Or they could have just made the movie good and it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Well,
right?
Touche, yeah.
They could have just, like, if I would say this, if they did it in 2 parts and Snyder, say it got released like not a year apart, but like in June and then August, right? And then they had a full showing, they could have made so much money because people still would have went to see that second part because they would have wanted to know what was going on. And having Darkseid in there, knowing that he's going to be the villain, and that's what we're going to have moving forward, right? People would have been like, okay, we're here for it, we're good. Because that whole scene when Wonder Woman was telling the backstory of the anti-life equation, and it was Steppenwolf, and you're just like, first of all, dude, why did you turn Steppenwolf? Steppenwolf is a dude. Like, why did you turn him into a
Steppenwolf kind of
giant,
rocks, though.
But why did you? Why did you turn him? Why did you turn him into a giant weird beast thing that is obsessed with the mother box and is like kind of sexually attracted to it? Like, what is happening here?
Well,
like he was a dude with a pointy mustache. You know, like, what are we doing here?
I did think it was kind of silly that Darkseid loses the anti-life equation on Earth, leaves Earth, and then just forgets where Earth is.
I don't think he. Well, I don't. I think whenever he cleaved the Earth, that's when it happened. He did not know that that's where it was.
I don't think there was shame. He was carrying shame from losing.
He was carrying shame from losing, but I don't think he knew that's where it was.
He lost the Math Quest printout to Earth, and he's just, damn it.
Dude, maybe he angered God and he got lost in space for 40 years. It's happened before.
Well, hell yeah, fellas.
Yeah.
Those were some interesting lists. Can I ask, did you guys have any, what would you call those? Runners up, honorable mentions?
Real quick before we do, I'm sorry, I have to jump off. I just got a message from my son. Need to go pick him up from work. So, but just real quick, honorable mentions. One of the ones that there was one I was thinking of earlier that made my list or just missed my list. The Doom Part 1 and 2 was definitely ones I was thinking of because I thought they're excellent films. Again, the others I just have rewatched a little bit more and enjoyed them more on rewatch, but those are two that I definitely was thinking as far as making my list. And then there was one other that I was thinking of off the top of my head, and I can't remember it. I don't know why I'm blanking on it right now, but yeah, there was a couple. There's definitely some good remakes out there. Even recently, I enjoyed the Running Man remake more than a lot of people did. It's not one of my top ones, but I do think it's worth a watch. So
hell yeah, Edgar Wright deserved more on that. Yeah. But Bob, when can people catch you next? I know you happen to have something going on Tuesday. What happens to be the theme on that?
Well, this Tuesday we're going to be talking Casino Royale. So definitely check it out. We're going to have some fun with that one. And then I'm hoping to get a review of Disclosure Day out hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'll get it out Sunday the latest, but hopefully get it out tomorrow. My editing software is having some issues, so that's got to put me a little behind. But you can check me out over on the channel, Bob Loves Movies, and come check us out on Tuesdays. Have a good time with us.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for joining, Bob. We understand you got to go, but thank you.
And I'm looking forward to next week. That's going to be a real fun one.
Yes.
I think so too.
Yep.
But hell yeah. Safe travels, Bob.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Yep. Be safe.
Warren, Lapsed, you guys got any honorable mentions or runners up for some of your favorite remakes?
I do. I had the 1982 Thing. I also had True Grit. I had Cape Fear, which
nice.
I have the book, right? I have The Executioners. I've never read it though. And I want to read it. I never get around to doing it because I end up reading comic books, which, I don't do enough of. So, and like I said, I had Maltese Falcon, the 41 version, because I just don't, Bogart. Yes. I understand what they were trying to do, right? They were trying to have the next leading man, the next big, breakout star. And I don't see as much of a difference between that and the original movie. And, there's only so much that you can do when you're basing it off of someone's book, right? There's only so much you can change in the movie unless you're going like for a page for page representation and take dialogue straight from the book, So that's why I put it on there as it says, they say it's not a remake, but a different adaptation of the Dashiell Hammett 1930 novel, but it's a fucking remake.
Yeah.
So,
I would include it, but I don't know. There's a couple of them that I kind of wonder about. But Warren, do you have any kind of honorable mentions or any of them that just barely missed your list?
310 to Yuma, Scarface, Casino Royale was mentioned as a remake also, and that was one that I was like, I really love Casino Royale. It's one of my favorite Bond movies. But yeah, those not too much other ones. This was a fun list though, because I didn't realize. Like now, I get to go check out Internal Affairs. So this it's been a good day.
I think we're all gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. I had a couple of them as well. The Thing, just barely outside of my top 5. Muppets Christmas Carol is on there, and also I would put that on the same slot with Muppet Treasure Island. They're great remakes of classic stories with the Muppets in there. To me, that counts as a remake, but perhaps to a purist, I am a heathen.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, yes.
Sorry. Bob just texted me. The one he was thinking of, he told me, he said, if I see this before the end, he wanted it. The remake he was thinking of was Brewster's Millions.
Oh, nice. They have done so many more versions of that than I realized. There's
there's like 5 of them.
I think there's even more than that, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
I only knew the one, but yeah. Fair enough. Good choice. I also had True Grit on mine and Sword in the Stone. I don't know. To me, that's a remake of a classic tale done a certain way. But I don't know if you guys would accept this one. Roxanne. It's kind of a what would you say, modern interpretation of like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I dig that one a lot. So I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
an honorable mention for me.
No, I mean that. I don't see how that. I mean, that works. I could see that. I could totally see that. Yeah,
It's definitely not a purist version.
right.
Of it,
It's
though,
not like
but,
remade out of but it's 100%. You can tell what it's based on. Like there's
Yeah.
But
I always
Nightmares
like
and
that.
Earthquakes, good.
Oh, the Clive Owen King Arthur movie.
Mhm.
What was it called?
Oh yeah,
That one was a really fun one. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess Robin Hood
Fair
Prince
enough.
of Thieves could technically be a remake too.
Yeah.
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 I don't hate that one as well. Fair enough. And there's going to be an interesting reinterpretation of Robin Hood, I think, coming out this weekend. So
That's with
Oh,
with
that
that.
one looks interesting.
that's with Old Man Logan.
Yes.
indeed,
That one's Old
this
Man
time it's
Robin.
Old Man Robin.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Talking about crazy trailers, have you guys seen the Whale Fall trailer?
I don't think I have.
Okay, it's the what's the Moby Dick whale? The humpback whale, is it? The one with the straight hammerhead. So this guy's like scuba diving, and this whale swims past him. Okay, no big deal. Then the whale starts chasing a squid, and the squid, as the whale's eating it, grabs the dude by the leg, and the dude gets swallowed with the squid into the whale, and the whole movie is about him trying to escape before his oxygen wears out.
That
And
is
it sounds dumb, but watch the trailer, and it actually looks like it's worth to go watch. It actually looks good, but the trailer, I mean, it sounds dumb, but it looks really good.
is the dude's name Jonah by any chance?
No, no,
Okay.
Jonah. But it's like it was funny. He's like trying to swim away, and this squid like grabs him by the leg, and the whole time I'm thinking the squid's just like, motherfucker, get me out of here. It's like being swallowed, and this guy's like hanging on to whale teeth.
What is it called again? The
Whale Fall, I believe.
Whale Fall. Okay.
Yeah, watch the trailer, or we can watch it after this. It's wild, and it was one of those movies where it's like, this sounds stupid as hell, but I watched the trailer and I'm like, okay, I want to see this movie now. Josh Brolin's in it
That
too.
sounds awesome. Okay, Josh Brolin playing Jonah. Hell yeah, I'm down to watch this. So Nightmares and Nerdscapes has some awesome runners-up as well. So It Chapter 1, that just barely didn't make my list. I love It Chapter 1. Chapter 2 kind of let me down. I respect it, though. I like that version of It a lot better than the Tim Curry one, which, man, that Tim Curry one is iconic. Evil Dead, I agree with you, man. There's a reason why it was on my franchises list. Even that new remake of it is its own type of interesting for me. And then the Italian Job. It's up there with my Marky Mark ones.
Yep.
I'm gonna boycott the new Evil Deads until they do an Army of Darkness remake.
Well, if they
it's
do it,
long overdue.
They have to dig up some of the same cast.
Bruce Campbell's still alive, damn it.
Weekend at Bernie's them. You know. But
Well,
yeah,
hell
man,
yeah, fellas.
This was great, guys. I'm glad we got to do this. The World Cup is happening right now, and I have watched every match. I'm missing the United States game, but
Oh shit.
it's okay. I'm recording it, so I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, man, this is a lot of fun.
Let you get to that without spoilers.
It's okay. It's all right. I'll still
Lawrence,
watch it
sir.
regardless. All right. Well, then
What you
never
got
mind.
going on
I don't
this
have
week?
anything to say.
What should the people know about, and what you got going on?
Tomorrow, if you're in the Southwest Washington area, stop by the Three Rivers Mall in Longview, Washington, where the Fandom Con is going to be going on, a one-day
Yay!
event,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm going to have a table there. Then on Sunday, after I get off work, I am going to start inking the first issue of How the Squirrels Saved Longview. I got all 41 pages penciled this last week. So I'll be starting production on that. And then on Monday, me and Mad Mel are going to be doing Marvel rival characters for our Art Brothers art show. And then the rest of the week we'll just be working on getting more pages inked and gray toned for How the Squirrels Saved Longview. So busy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Like and subscribe.
Nice, dude. I have your
make sure to ring the bell.
Warren's comic, the Adventures of Sig and Joe. I have a link to it in the description for Global Comics.
Yeah, it's all free to read on there. So you guys click on that, you'll be able to read
Go
the
check
whole thing
that out, man. Yeah, go check.
Do yourself a favor. Read that book.
Fun. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Lapsed, I know I cut you off, and I know you got a game to go to, but
no, I'm fine with it. I'm
to
recording
watch.
it. I'm recording.
But what you got going on this week? What are you shouting out, sir?
I have work. I have lots and lots of work this week, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. It's gonna be an interesting time here for the government because they're doing a lot of stuff right now. And we'll see what happens.
It seems calm, man.
Usually
it's the summer.
No, dude. Usually, whenever like I see like 9,000 redacted documents come in, some shit is happening.
Well, they just announced there's 4 species of alien that they have.
What was that? What was it, dude? That we know of?
That we know of, yeah.
What? The Nordics. 7-foot blonde-haired men.
The insectoids, the reptilians, and the grays.
They were literally like that we know of.
That we know of, yeah. Imagine how crazy the world is right now that the government's like, oh yeah, we know about 4 different alien races, and no one bats an eye.
Cares.
No one gives a shit.
Like they said it. Like I'm just like, what? Really? Good Lord. Makes you think of all that crazy stuff about the reptile people.
Yep.
The insectoids, those are the ones you got to worry about, though.
You definitely do.
Well, I'm worried now because are the insectoids going to get pissed off on their representation in my comic book, getting their asses kicked by squirrels? Am I going to get called a racist now?
Well, you know, if they didn't get pissed off at the Rick and Morty, you know, and the insect people that just kept getting their asses kicked, then maybe you'll be okay. Maybe you'll be okay.
They're okay. They're not too thin-skinned. There's kind of a carapace there.
They have exoskeletons. But so next week we're going into a 2-week little thing that we're doing. I think is going to be a lot of fun. So next week we're going to be doing our top 10 NES Nintendo, the original 8-bit Nintendo. We're going to be doing our top 10 games. And then the week after we're going to be doing our top 10 SNES and Genesis. So it could be a mixture of either, or just if you had a Genesis, it could be all that. Or if you had Super Nintendo, it could be all that. So that is going to be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be some really cool, answers up there, because the thing with Nintendo, which I thought was really cool, and you guys might have had this, like when people had Nintendo, you could tell like some people had like really good games, and then other people had a ton of like, affordable games where, you're like, you go over to a friend's house, you're used to playing Mario or you're used to playing something, and they're like, hey, you guys want to play Xenophobe? And you're like, wait, what? What is that? What? You want to play the Coco 13? And you're just like, what? Yeah. So that I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think the Super Nintendo Genesis one is going to be a lot of fun too. So stay tuned for that, guys. We have the new schedule up. It'll be at the beginning, at the end of every stream. We have the next 4 weeks planned out, so you guys will know. We have the dates, and every show will be Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So just subscribe to the Last Panel channel if you're not already. I know we stream on everybody else's channel, but if you guys could subscribe to this channel so at least we can get more stuff out there, that would help a lot. And tell your friends, come join us. Just come chat. I mean, shit.
Yeah, ring the bell. We're okay if you let people in on the secret, but you're a part of this secret now.
That's true. Great. What do you got going on, brother?
Show impending. Eventually it'll be here, but just wait. Last panel next Friday. You'll definitely catch me here.
I think I might do some video game streams if people are available. I'd like to do some Arc Raider streams where we just go in and just don't really care what happens because it's
Hell yeah.
trios, because it's trio, so we know we're gonna get shot at. There's no nice trio lobby, so who cares? Let's have fun. We bought the damn game.
Yeah.
Like I thought,
I'm down,
sounds fun to
for
me, man.
that for trios goofing off.
my brother made a really good point to me, and I thought it was hilarious. Like, because how deep people thought about this game, right? And I would tell him stuff, you know, because you guys know how it is, dude. It's like, oh, dude, I shot so I felt so bad, and he goes, "You spend your whole life constrained by the morality and laws of real life that you're worried about what someone on a video game thinks of what you did." It's like, dude, you're in way too deep, brother. He was like, fucking shoot them and take their shit. I was like, you're right.
He's got a point.
Fuck the people. The way he said it, though, was so funny, dude. It was so funny because, like, sometimes he just has a way of saying something, and he's like, dude, it's a fucking video game, dude. For Christ's sake. He was like, who gives a shit?
We got to get down on some Dragonkin too.
We definitely do. We definitely do. Yes. We should set time aside for that.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll be a fun stream as well. So we'll talk after the show's over here. But yeah, Gray, do your thing, man. You're supposed to tell me to hit the button.
Oh, hit that button, Lapsed. Yeah, you know, good times.